Welcome to Gentle Restorative. My name is Sandra, and tonight we will be going on a journey of the mind. But first, I want you to start in a seated pose. Close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, but let it out like a sigh, a really loud sigh. Imagining that there is absolutely nothing surrounding you. It is just you on your mat in a vast space. It feels welcoming. It feels amazing. I want you to take another deep inhale. Really loud sigh. We're letting things go. Not just right now, but throughout the practice. We'll be working on letting things go. So if something pops into your mind where you're like, oh yeah, I definitely have something for this theme, hang on to it. One more deep breath in, hold the breath. Loud sigh. And then inhale, take the arms up, bring the palms together, and exhale them to your heart in prayer pose, where we will pause to set an amazing intention for ourselves and our practice. When you're done with that intention, and trust me, there's no hurry, bring the hands back down to rest on the knees. We're going to inhale the arms up. As you exhale, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. And then sit up nice and tall. Exhale, take the twist to the right. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Sit up tall and find that twist. And then gently release. So the word that I want you to be thinking about, I want you to, I guess, come up with connotations, maybe some adjectives for a cave. And I want you to notice what you first think about when you hear the word cave, what you first picture when you see it in your mind's eye. And we're going to play with that image for a while. Go ahead and take the hands out in front of you. Walk on down into a fold. And you might add a little sway while you're down here with the upper body. So the symbolism of caves, and there's quite a bit to it, but one of the symbolisms is it's kind of where the heart and the ego come together. Go ahead, make your way back up. We're going to be focusing on the heart space. Will you go ahead and grab a block if you have one? If you do not have one, don't worry about it. We're going to put that block off to the right side, and we might play with the height of it, but let's start at the highest height first. And then inhale, take the arms up, bring the palms together, and then lower the hands to just above the crown chakra. Perfect. So draw the stomach in. We don't want the back arching too much. I'm going to try to bring my right elbow down to the block on the right side. Now, before you do that, if you already know that is just too far to go, just take a little side bend. Otherwise, you can kind of look down, see where the block is, see if the elbow makes it, and then open up that top shoulder. If the block is too high, you can go ahead and adjust it. It's up to you, right? But listen to your body. Find a happy place. If we're talking about the heart space, we don't want the heart to be upset in the pose. And then go ahead and slowly make your way back up. Perfect. Keep the hands together. Let's take them to Ajna, third eye. Close your eyes. And then let the hands drift to the heart. As you release your hands and you open your eyes, go ahead and move that block to the other side if you were using one. And again, if you don't have one, it's fine. We just take the side bend to the left, right? Inhale, take the, hello Ganesh, take the arms up. Bring the palms together. Release them to the crown chakra. Sit up nice and tall, but yet draw the stomach in. And when you're ready, we'll take that side bend to the left. And again, it might just be a little side bend, or look for that block so you don't miss it. Open up that top shoulder. Let's start deepening the breath here. So we were talking about the symbolism of a cave. A cave also represents protection. It represents a place to hide, but yet it also represents a place where you might hide something. Go ahead, come back up. Take the hands to the third eye chakra. And then to the heart. And so remember, I said that, if there's something that you need to get rid of, to let go of, this will be the theme in which to do so. So listening to the heart, take a deep inhale and a loud sigh. And we'll release the hands. So if you have a bolster, go ahead and grab it. If you do not, a pillow or a blanket would suffice. The bolster's in front of me. It's going horizontal, but if you'll notice, I kind of have it staggered. It's not centered in front of me. It's kind of got the edge right at my center. So I'm going to open out the left leg off at an angle. The right leg, and then you might have to draw this a little closer. The right leg is just going right up on top of that bolster. And get comfortable. Perfect. If you have a block, go ahead and grab it. I'm going to set it on my bolster right by my knee. And again, you might want to start with the block at its highest height and then lower it. It's up to you. If we can't reach the block, it's okay. Yeah. All right. So my left hand's reaching forward. My right hand is reaching behind me. I'm using the fingers to push the ground away so I can find my length. I'm turning to look at that block or towards the right knee, and I'm just slowly making my way down. So we'll see if the forehead comes to the block at whatever height you have it. If you don't have a block, just use your hands to help support you in place. And close your eyes. So to me, one of the interesting things about a cave connotation and going on a cave guided meditation is I often wonder, what if somebody has a not so pleasant idea of a cave when it pops into their head, right? Because caves can be dark, they can be cold, they can be damp, they can possibly be scary. We might be picturing bats in a cave, right? But the beauty of visualization is that it's your story and you're in control. And so that is not the picture of a cave that I will be painting for you, but I did want to acknowledge that, because if anything comes up that you already associate with a cave that doesn't feel positive, I want you to have permission to change my words, to make it what you need it to be. And in fact, if you don't want to go into the cave, you can simply walk around it and still visualize the things that I'm talking about. So I just really wanted to put that out there so you're comfortable with the space that we're going to create. Go ahead and slowly push your way back up. And then if you want to, I'm not even sure this will work, but you could put that block out in front of you. We're coming into a forward fold. And so If the forehead reaches the block, fine. If it doesn't, it's okay. Just use the hands to hold you in place. In fact, this fold will probably be quite challenging with the leg perched up on the bolster. There's not as much space for us to move. If you really hate it, or your right hip doesn't like this, just slide the bolster out. It's not a big deal. There do not have to be bolsters in our cave, so it's totally up to you. Take a deep inhale. Loud sigh. I want you to take your breath into the back space. Imagine that you feel the inhale expanding between each rib, between the shoulder blades. Each exhale, just soften a little deeper, wherever you're at. You know, if this is tough on the right leg, it might simply just be a settling into the sit bones. Maybe just the head drops. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then go ahead and push your way back up. If you've got that block in front of you, set it aside. And then we're still working with the right leg. I just want to hang on to my bolster as I stretch that right leg right over it. So the bolster is supporting my knee. This should be a much happier fold. Go ahead, sit up tall. And then let the ribs just kind of melt over the thigh first, and then make your way down. And so again, if you need something else to catch the forehead, you could balance your block on a shin or your blanket, whatever you need. So if the cave represents acknowledging the heart space, and it also represents protection, a place where we might feel safe to go hide, it strikes in my mind that it's very similar to child's pose, protecting the heart. And I also feel that in this fold. So I want you to close your eyes, take your focus to the heart center, and allow it to feel protected as the shoulders slowly round over the heart, as though all of your secrets are safe, which they are. But it's an acknowledgement of that. And then use your hands to walk your way back up that leg. Ah, perfect. Go ahead and switch legs. So we'll just slide that bolster through. Open the left leg out. I mean the right leg. Left leg's up on top. Yeah. And then again, if you were using a block, go ahead and set it on your bolster right by the left knee. You don't have to use anything. Right hand in front, left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, turn towards that left knee and just slowly make your way down, making sure you feel supported. So as I asked you to envision a cave, if any negative connotations came up with that, perhaps this would be a great time to ask why. What do you associate those things with? Because perhaps that is also what we work on letting go of in our guided meditation. All right, when you're ready, we'll gently come back up. Set that block aside. Stretch out the left leg right over the bolster. And then remember, we want to sit up first, so we kind of roll over the leg into our fold. And on this leg, let's take the focus to the breath. Imagine the breath surrounding the heart center. Just a couple more cycles of your inhale and your exhale. Perfect. And then walk the hands up this leg. We'll slide that bolster out from underneath. And then just come into a comfortable seat again. So if you'd rather sit up on something, you can, or if you have a wall behind you like I do, if you want to move back for a moment and let the wall support you, you can. Once you have that comfortable seat, go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to take your focus to the very bottom of the lungs and imagine that you can kind of see and feel the breath that's lingering way down there. Now inhale that little breath all the way up. Exhale it back down. Inhale it up. We're just warming up the lungs. Exhale it down. We're going to inhale to the count of 3. Exhale to the count of 4. Keep going. I would count for you, but I really want your breath to match the numbers. Do that one more time, and then I want to add something. So you might have noticed counting to 4 on the exhale, the breath is still just so smooth. I want to change the texture of it. So if you were to imagine your torso being sectioned off into quarters, what I want you to do is inhale to 3. As you exhale and you say 1 to yourself, stop the exhale. And then exhale to 2 and stop the exhale. Exhale to wherever 3 is for you. And then 4 would be completely empty. All right, give that a try. Now switch it back. Next exhale is smooth. Doesn't that exhale just have this natural feeling of gravity pulling it down and of letting go? That's what we're going to find in our cave. One more deep breath in. Big exhale. Perfect. Inhale the arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale to the crown chakra. Inhale here. Exhale to the third eye. Inhale. Exhale humbly to the heart space. Perfect. Okay. Move any props that are in your way. And let's find table pose. Once you've set your alignment of the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees hip distance apart, let's inhale and find cow. Exhale, round it out to cat. Inhale, cow. And take it to cat. From here, come to a neutral spine and walk the hands forward into half dog or puppy. The forehead comes down to the mat or onto a prop. If you are feeling like you need more stretch out of this, but I caution you to be very careful, you can take your chin to the mat instead of the forehead. The hips stay over the knees in this pose. And again, we feel this softening and protection of the heart space. So I want you to close your eyes and really focus on that. Create a beautiful, warm, welcoming energy. One more breath here. And then I'm simply just going to lift my forehead a little bit off the mat. Walk the hands backwards. They're going to push you into Balasana, child's pose. Just keep the legs where they are. And then before I settle in, my right arm is going to keep reaching as far forward as it can, and the fingers are spread wide. The left hand is going to do the same thing, but reach behind me. So then you can see if the forehead will settle to the earth or grab a prop. Take your focus into all 10 fingertips all at the same time. And then let them all walk away from your center. So really lengthening out that stretch. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, slide the hands towards center and let them switch directions. Remember, spread the fingers wide. Make this a really active stretch. Let the fingers also walk away from you. Inhale here. Exhale, slide the hands back in towards center and slowly walk your way back up into table. We're going to tuck the toes and take one very happy, casual, consciously thought out downward facing dog. Once you get here, you can walk it out a little bit. And then get ready for a great restorative pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the knees back to the earth. Go ahead and sit back for a second. So if you have a bunch of yoga props, what I would ideally be looking for is the bolster, one block, and a blanket. If you don't have any of that, grab whatever's nearby. And then, of course, if you have nothing nearby, I'll show you what that would look like without the props. So I've got the bolster vertical on my mat, and I'm going to take one of the blocks and prop up the far end. And leave it up to you at what height you want to put your bolster at. And then grab that blanket, will you? So we're going to be coming down onto our stomachs over this bolster. kind of in a supported gecko, a supported inclined gecko. So as I come on down, I'm going to keep my right leg straight. My left knee is going to slide out onto that blanket or pillow that's supporting it. And then depending on how high you have your bolster, you might have room underneath for the arms. If you don't like that, you can just put the arms in a scarecrow position, right ear to the bolster. Close your eyes. So, of course, restorative poses are supposed to be really happy places. So if there's something about this that's not working for you, give it a change, create your own variation. If you have hip issues, your hip might not be happy being opened farther than normal on top of a prop, so slide the blanket out, right? If you don't have any props, guess what? This is gecko. And so we can come on down, right? Arms, we'll put the arms in scarecrow. Left leg is slid out to the side. And close your eyes. So there's another symbolism associated with caves, and that is that it's a safe place to escape chaos. Think about that for a second. A safe place to escape chaos. So one could say that right now our homes are our caves, right? That safe space can be whatever we need it to be. And that's kind of why I was saying, you know, if you picture a cave and it kind of creeps you out, what is it about it? And what is that attached to? Because we're going to create a beautiful cave, and it's going to be the exact temperature you want it to be. And it's not going to be dark and dank. And it's going to have fun things in it for us to find. But like I said, one of the things with guided meditations is if there's anything in the visual that's brought up that, you know, doesn't sit well with you, just let yourself create a new path, right? Imagine the cave is above ground and go walk around it. It's all good. How's that breath? Are we still paying attention to it? This should feel really good. While you're here, and I'm sure you have your eyes closed, let's do a little body scan. Just let your mind start at the crown chakra, work its way down. I want you just, you know, become aware of what needs a little love, where there's tension in the body. We're just acknowledging. It doesn't mean we're going to solve everything today, right? But we're acknowledging because guess what? When we get to the cave, we can work on letting that go. Well, this is really comfortable. I kind of don't want to move, and I kind of don't want to make you move. However, we have another side of the body to get to. So before you completely move and straighten out that left leg, if it's okay with your back, pull the forearms in closer towards the bolster, and then lift the heart and chest. So we've done this pose before. We're in Sphinx combined with half frog or gecko, but we're completely supported by the bolster. So there's a lot less stress on the back. So give it a try and see what you think. But, you know, as you're making your way up, if you feel anything that's odd, come back down, right? So close the eyes here. Go back to picturing the very bottom of the lungs. Inhale all the way up and exhale it down. And just feeling the breath move against the bolster. One more deep breath. And then from here, it should be kind of easy to switch sides. If you even just plant your left hand, you can push under your right hip a little bit. Straighten out that left leg. Move your blanket to the other side. When you're ready, open up that right hip, get the right knee up on your blanket or whatever prop you're using, and bring the left ear down to rest on the bolster. So we did a body scan on the other side. Do it on this side too. See if you notice anything different. And then when you've completed that, go back to the breath. So while you're resting here, I want to switch the conversation for a moment to crystals. Crystals have their own healing vibration. They correlate with each of the chakras, helping create balance in those energy centers. And so don't be surprised if we stumble across a few crystals in our cave. Think about, perhaps what you need from them. Remember, there's 3 master healing crystals: clear quartz, rose quartz, and amethyst, and they'll work on all the chakras essentially. We're definitely going to find 2 of them. I'm not going to tell you which yet, but when you get to that part of the visualization, I really want you to tap into imagining that you can feel the vibration coming off of those stones. Take a deep breath. Let it go. So again, if it's okay with your low back, we're going to pull the elbows in so we're on the forearms, lift the head and the heart into our supported half sphinx, half gecko. And of course, if that's too much on your back, you can stay down and be happy. Lift the heart, close your eyes, focus on the breath. And then again, take your focus to the bottom of the lungs. Inhale all the way up. Exhale it down. And then when you're ready, you can plant the right palm on your mat so that you can tip into the left hip and straighten out that right leg. So from here, I got to get both hands on the earth. We're going to push our way up. You can take it to table, but then walk it forward, because we're going to just come right into supported child's pose on what we've already created. If you want to add in your blanket, you can. Pillow behind the knees, a little extra weight on the low back. And then again, being conscious of how this is such a protective pose for the heart space. Each exhale, feel yourself relaxing. If this is not a relaxing pose, flip over onto your back and hug the knees into the heart. Notice which muscles are trying to hold you in the pose, and can you soften them? Deep inhale. Let it go. And simply turn your head to the other side. Take a few more breaths. Breathing in peace. Relaxing more on the exhales. And then you'll slowly make your way back up. All right, we'll set those props off to the side. I'm going to move my blanket too. I have one more pose I wanted to try with you guys tonight, and then we'll work our way into something really restorative for this guided meditation where we're going to hang out for a while. So if you have a strap, go ahead and put a loop in it. If you do not have a strap, you know, of course, I will give you an option. Give you a second to get that taken care of. You're going to want to keep that strap or the loop really big for right now until we figure out how we're going to get into this pose. All right. So I want to keep that buckle near me, but I don't want to end up laying on it. I'm going to take the top part of my loop, and I'm just going to go ahead and let's just start by getting it behind the neck. And then I'm going to slide my right arm through. Okay, so I have this big loop that's at a diagonal over my body. All right, just leave it there for a second. Come on to your left hip. I have the left leg bent. My foot is behind me, right? Okay, I'm going to turn sideways so you guys, actually I'll just turn all the way around. I'm going to take the other end of my loop and just drape it around that left foot. Okay, so from here, I'm going to come down onto my mat. My top leg is bent and it's coming across. We're going to end up in a supine twist with simply that bottom leg bent. It's kind of like the yin pose with the catching the cat's tail, but you have the strap to do it for you. So go ahead and start tightening that strap until it's holding that foot in a place that makes you happy. You might not want to tighten it at all, right? And then if you have room, arms open wide, or if you don't have room, you can take them to scarecrow. Try to get that right shoulder to come down onto the mat so we're not hanging out on the left side of the body, right? And this bottom foot does not have to be super close to you, so make this pose what you need it to be and close your eyes. I want you to feel supported and comforted kind of by that strap holding everything in place for you. You don't have to worry about reaching down with the right hand to find the foot and hanging on, pulling everything out of alignment. Let the props do the work for you. Deepen the breath. Each exhale, the body's relaxing. And then I want you to switch back to your pranayama. So inhale to your count of 3. Exhale smoothly to your count of 4. One more time, counting the breath. Now, before you attempt to move, go ahead and loosen the loop in your strap. I don't want to take it all the way out because we got to do the other side, right? And then whatever's easier for you, you might reach down and free the left foot first. If you can't reach the foot, just roll onto the left side and slowly make your way back up and then slip it off. All right, we're trying the other side. Now that we know it's coming, it'll be easier, right? You have your strap. We started out, we put it behind the neck. Left arm is reaching through. I'm coming down onto my right hip. My right leg is bent, the foot's behind me. I take the other end of the loop and get it wrapped around the bottom foot. From there, come all the way down. Oops, I keep running into props. See if you can get that left shoulder blade down and then tighten your strap, or choose not to, it's up to you. When you're ready, relax the arms, close your eyes. Go back to your counting and your breath. Inhale 3. Exhale 4. We've been working on a strong breath because I really want you to be able to hear the echo of your fabulous breath in that cave and just how comforting it's going to sound coming back to you. Let's count that breath one more time. And then when you're ready, same thing on this side, loosen the strap first. However it's easiest to free yourself and gently make your way back up. All right, if that felt like some kind of pretzel torture, then I promise I'm about to make it up to you. So go ahead and grab your props, arrange them however you want them to be. You're going to end up traveling through Shavasana at the end of our meditation. So however you want to be for that. Take a moment, get super comfortable. All right, I'm hoping you're there. Close your eyes. I want you to take a strong, deep inhale through the nose. Really loud exhale. Let the inhales just feel, so natural, as though the ones are just floating. And then the exhales allow you to sink into the body, to really relax let go. I want you to take your focus down into your feet. I want you to imagine that the feet grow heavier with each exhale. I want you to imagine that tension just seems to run out through each toe. That even the muscles in the feet are just so soft. Body releasing. If there are any issues in either foot, acknowledging it but letting it go. Breathing in from the soles of the feet and exhaling through the soles of the feet. And then allow your focus to come up into both legs. Allow the legs to be really heavy. Let that feel amazing. Each inhale, refreshing, restorative. Each exhale, the body lets go even more. I want you to imagine that you feel the gentle pull of gravity on the back of your legs. And allow that feeling to carry into the hips. The hips being gently pulled down as they release their weight. They succumb to the support of the floor. Breathe in through the hips. Breathe out. And then take your focus to your low back, allowing the muscles in the back to release. Just feel the entire length of the back decompressing. Shoulder blades weighting down, being gently drawn down by that pull of gravity. The inhales feel light and airy. The exhales fabulously relaxing, getting heavier and heavier. I want you to take your focus into the hands and the arms, allowing gravity to weight the arms down, almost as though you can't pick them back up. Let the hands soften, the muscles in the hands and the palms. You might take a moment to travel through each finger, making sure each finger feels soft, comfortable, happy. And then take your mind, your focus to your shoulders. Oh, definitely let gravity do its magic on your shoulders, like a gentle massage. Asking the shoulders to pull back towards the earth, letting them draw down as they release their tension. Inhale into the shoulders and exhale from there. And then I want you to take your focus into all parts of the body from the neck down. I want you to notice how peaceful the body is, how heavy, how relaxed. You know, the best part about guided meditations or meditations in general is that you're in charge. I am simply a guiding voice, but you get to decide how deeply you want to let go. And so allow your heart space to feel that it is in the safest place possible. And it is okay to relax deeply. Slow, deep inhale. That slow exhale is going to take you deeper and deeper into a fabulous place. Let it. When you're ready, take your focus into the face. Let the muscles in the forehead soften. And you might test them out by raising the eyebrows up high and then just letting those muscles melt. Let the cheeks soften and release. The space behind the eyes. Soften the temples. Release the jaw. Allowing the entire body from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet to feel completely at peace. Inhale from the feet all the way up to the crown of the head, and peacefully exhale it all the way back down the body. You are happy, relaxed, and safe. So allow your mind to come with me and imagine that you're standing at the entrance of a cave. And this cave it's picturesque, if you will. It could be right out of a painting. Sunlight is shining down at the entrance. I want you to imagine that it's surrounded by beautiful grasses, amazing flowers. I want you to feel that as you stand there in the sunlight at the mouth of the cave, the temperature is exactly what you like it to be. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's exactly perfect. And if it is okay with you, go ahead and step into the cave and allow the temperature to remain the same. The only thing that really changes is it's slightly more shaded inside. It's almost a relief to your eyes. And you pause there to allow your eyes to adjust to this new level of light. I want to reassure you that the cave is not going to be in pitch darkness. Candles are going to light our entire way. And so, if you would like to see them already, place them all around you. All around the perimeters of that space you're in, light beautiful candles. And you get to decide, are they all the same height? Are they all the same color? Or are they all different, as if someone found a batch of candles at a thrift store and just wanted to reuse all of them? See all the beautiful flames dancing against the cave walls. There are mesmerizing shadows. And in fact, allow this to be one of the most beautiful things you've seen. And let's just stay there for a moment, hypnotized by the movement of the candle flames. Notice if you have a tendency to focus in on one flame, or are you kind of excited to just take in the big picture? You feel yourself surrendering to the space. You are totally alone and completely happy. simply enjoying being in nature and in this beauty. If you're ready, I want you to notice that just up ahead of you, there is a path in the cave. The path is completely lit on both sides by warm, supportive, guiding candles. The cave stays the same temperature. And so we will pleasantly make our way towards that path, curious to discover where it leads, yet embracing this feeling within that you're supposed to be here and something fabulous awaits you. So there's almost this sense of excitement as to what our journey will lead us to. You can touch the cave walls if you want to. Allow them to feel warm to your touch, maybe soft. Make this cave as friendly and as inviting as you need it to be. Now, as you continue, notice that we do go a little bit deeper into the earth. You can feel a gentle slope to that path, oh so gentle. And the temperature stays the same, but now we have this added feeling of the earth's vibration offering us healing. Up ahead, you still see candles lighting your way. But what I want you to also notice are almost like little flashes of light from the walls, little sparkles. Those are the crystals that we talked about. And most of them are pretty darn hidden in the side of the cave, but you can just see glimmers as the light from each candle flickers off a new crystal. I want you to pause there. I want you to really enjoy that. It's almost as though the crystals and the candles in the cave are putting on a show just for you. You have this increasing sense within of excitement, like where is this path taking me? So keep going because you're almost at the end. You still feel the slight decline of that path, taking you deeper and deeper into relaxation. And as you come around the corner, there's an open space, and of course you know this. Its perimeter is lit by beautiful candles. You can see clearly. The temperature in this room is exactly the same as it was when we first walked into the cave. You feel protected, cocooned almost. But now in the center of this room, I want you to imagine that there's a small table. And on that table waiting for you are two crystals. One of them is a clear quartz, so it has this whitish hue to it. And the other one is a rose quartz, so it's pink. I want you to walk over to the clear quartz first and just lay a hand on top of it and see yourself closing your eyes. You know, white absorbs all other colors around it. It absorbs. Well, it reflects too, but I want you to imagine that that crystal is there to absorb everything you want to let go of. We've already talked about this. We've already maybe had some thoughts running through our head. We've done body scans. We have found little tensions and aches and pains. Give it all to the vibration of the clear quartz. I want you to imagine that you feel energy being drawn out of your hand into that crystal as the crystal absorbs everything for you. as you let go, as you give yourself permission to let go. You feel your space inside getting warmer. You feel happy, peaceful, content, letting everything go that has burdened you. Everything that you've carried around that you don't need. Just give it to the crystal. When you're ready, when you feel completely drained of having given away stuff you don't need, and you've replaced that feeling with warmth and nurturing, allow your hand to rest on top of the rose quartz. The rose quartz is associated with the heart chakra, and I want you to take from it this feeling of receiving. But not receiving from you in the way that the clear quartz did. It is your turn to receive the energy from the pink crystal. I want you to feel a vibration coming in through the palm of your hand. I want you to feel it moving all the way up through your arm until it settles around the heart. It fills the heart chakra. Allow it to feel amazing. You are completely allowing yourself to receive everything you need. You're breathing in peace. You're breathing in health and healing. You're breathing in love, especially self-love, which is associated with the heart chakra. Everything that you need, everything that you could possibly hope to receive, I want you to imagine you feel coming from that rose quartz. It is a gift to you. And when you feel full, complete, whole, withdraw your hand, rest it alongside of you, and just look around that beautiful space. All the candles dancing for you. Beautiful light reflecting off the walls, reflecting off of the two crystals, perhaps reflecting off of little specks of crystal that you see in this room. And allowing this space to feel like it is truly connected to your inner self. It is truly connected to spirit. You feel supported and guided in so many unseen ways. Take a deep breath in this room and let it go. The candles, they dance with your exhale as though they're responding to your very presence. Could you pause to offer them and the crystals a moment of gratitude? And when you're ready, we'll turn to leave this room to follow the path of candles back towards the entrance of the cave, consciously placing each foot on that slightly inclining path, allowing you to meander back, up. You still feel the earth's presence. You feel amazing. And you continue that journey till you come back out into that original opening that we walked into. That first place where we invited all the candles originally. And they're still there, and they're still dancing to welcome you back. In spite of yourself, you might find yourself smiling at the candles, your new friends. Your heart feels very protected, very safe. Almost as though your heart has been acknowledged. It doesn't have to hold things in. In fact, you can come back to this cave in your mind whenever you want to release to the clear quartz, whatever the heart guides you to. When you're ready, we're going to step out of the cave, and it's not sunny anymore. We step out into beautiful moonlight. The temperature is still the same. We are quite content and happy. You lift your gaze to the moon, and she shares her light upon your face. Breathe it in. The sun, the moon, and the earth have all combined to offer you this healing experience, to bring you what you need. And you just feel amazingly grateful. You see yourself taking a deep inhale. And as you exhale, feel that breath physically in your body as you start to come back into the physical space. And as that vision of the cave and the moon start to dissipate, whether it's your breath or my voice that guides you back, it doesn't matter. The breath deepening. You feel restored, refreshed, alive, invigorated. Follow the breath. Follow the breath back into the body. The body that we so carefully allowed to relax and weight down into the earth, remember? Well, this time let's allow the inhales to bring lightness back into the body, to release the pull of gravity a little bit so that you feel like, well, I might be able to move my fingers again, and I might be able to move my feet. Invite slowly whatever movement back into the body you would like. You might gently turn the head from one side to the other, oh so slowly. Allow the arms to stretch, whether they go straight out or they reach for the ceiling. Stretch through each leg. And then slowly, will you hug the knees into the heart? Gentle rocking motion from hip to hip. Or just waking up the body incrementally. And guess what? If the body doesn't want to move and you are super content, you can stay there. Otherwise, go ahead and roll into a fetal position, whichever side makes you happy. Inhale that breath to the count of 3. Exhale to the count of 4. And then slowly make your way back up. We're going to draw the shoulders up to the ears, make sure they're awake. Exhale them back and down. Turn to look over the right shoulder, and then the left. Bring the head to center. Deep inhale through the nose. Super loud exhale. And then just pause here for a moment. Close your eyes. Joseph Campbell wrote, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." I'll leave you with that. Inhale your arms up. Bring the palms together and exhale them home to your heart in prayer pose. The light in me bows to the light in you. And when I'm in that place in me and you're in that place in you, then we become one. Namaste.